Hi. So it's the weekend and I'm making a video for Wednesday maybe. But this day is not turning out like I planned or thought, and it all has to do with how much I'm changing and how this story that I'm telling about the drive, draw, and soak and the need for balancing the three energy directions is really messing with my head and heart and body, and in a good way. And so it's a day. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And it's actually the kind of beauty that is filling my soul and making me a little bit like overfull. I'm not sure what to do with it. And I don't know if you've had those days or those moments of sheer awe where it's so much you can't contain it. And I mean, that's when I tend to write poetry. So it kind of transforms that way and sort of lets off some pressure. But I'm choosing not to write a poem right now. I'm choosing to go to my horse herd. And what I'm thinking about is how my energy feels to my horses when I'm like this. It's a good feeling, but it's slushy. It's like I'm thinking of a rubber water bin that's really full of water, and you try and move it and it just sloshes, or like, you know, it's a little bit unstable for good reasons. It's like the storm in a teacup. So I've been out here for the last while and trying in my quest to balance. I'm trying to, instead of using my normal drive energy to head out, catch Tundra, bring her to the round pen, and show you what she's able to do this week, I'm instead wanting to try something different and not use drive if I can help it. I'm trying to use draw, and especially I'm trying to use soak. And the scary thing of this is that if I soak with this feeling inside me, I have to stay with the feeling, and that is not something I'm especially good at. And so I have been sitting out here for the last 20 minutes, actually just trying to stay in my body, ask my heart to hold the large feeling, which is, you know, grace and gratitude and the colors, and, you know, it's just a little too much. It's like one of those, you know, chocolate mud pies that you shouldn't finish, but you do. And so here's Tundra. And so I've been not going up to them. I've been going around close to them and seeing whether they would like me to join their herd, given the energy that I clearly am holding and probably leaking a little bit. And so the other thing that I'm trying to do, and you can see this is her coming towards me. She has been kind of just observing me and not leaving and not coming, kind of just, yeah, let's soak a bit. You're a little odd today. But what I've been trying to do too, and this was what I wanted to do in this video, is talk about the thing that can happen with a balanced set of energies, which I'm exploring and experimenting with, which is that I have a really clear idea of my container of energy. Like, I'm containing some energy. I'm not asking the world to deal. I'm dealing. And so I'm trying to imagine a kind of semi-permeable, translucent, flexible, movable container around me that's able to hold this large feeling I'm having. And I think that this is very uncomfortable to me, but kind of nice, because the downside of just using drive is that all the energy is always expressing out, and you never get to enjoy anything. you're always moving, you're always pushing, you're always like on a mission. And yeah, a lot gets done, but I never enjoy what gets done because I'm on to the next thing. So I'm really needing to slow down, to try to spend time in place and feel my feet on the ground and feel the air above. Oh, hi. You're okay with that, hey? Hi, that's interesting. And really, create a container that is safe for the people around me and the horses around me. Hello. And so that is a very different way of coping with beauty. So now I don't have any halter or whip or anything to define my boundary. So I'm going to move and see if I have draw. I don't know. Oh, no, I don't. But I've placed my whip and my halter around the corner, and I want to see if I can just soak with the horses, meaning they're with me even at a distance. They're still part of my boundary. I can actually contact them from here, and because I have this big feeling going on, I can spread my perimeter to being quite far away. And I've been thinking about how I can throw my awareness in a wide arc and kind of feel the edges of this beautiful bowl-like yard that I live in, and how that would feel to the horses who are in that area. And so I'm gonna go and get my stuff, and just again, I tend to walk with drive, so I'm gonna slow down and try to really continue to slosh with this feeling instead of like expressing it out. Like I really I can't tell you how hard this is for me. So, okay, here we go. Oh, and I've got a follower here, Eclipse. Eclipse can deal with really big feelings, and she was the one that came up to me earlier and just was able to hang on to the ground for me and just be. And so right now that's what she's doing for me. And she does this for Heidi a lot. She's very, very big heart, and she's able to ground and able to just stay with very distressed individuals and very dysregulated individuals. Let's see what's happening there. She's looking at something else. And shaking it out. Yeah. And so when I think of my energy as my responsibility, and that the horses are always telling me with their actions, with their posture, with their behavior, how they're feeling in my vicinity, what it's doing, there's a little bit of an indirect way that I can get better at managing, and instead of repressing and instead of denying and instead of expressing excess energy, I want to think of myself as large enough and strong enough and powerful enough and calm enough to deal with all the wonder and awe and terror of being alive. Hello. Hi. And so I'm going to take this as a gesture of courage. It's not necessary. Hi. Would you like a treat? Of course you would. But that's not actually a very big deal with her. It's much more of a big deal how I am, what I'm like to contact. What she was doing, and I wish I had had my camera for this, what she was doing while I was trying to deal, I was about 50, well, you see where Blue Jay is. I was about that far away from both of them, and this horse had her nose right pressed against Blue Jay's belly and was really grounding against Blue Jay, who is like the mother horse of the three, right? And so I really took that to mean that she was either feeling her own big feelings from today, or she was actually, you know, picking up on some of mine. She's very, very sensitive to me, and I like it that way, but it's a two-edged sword, isn't it, Tundra? It's a lot. And so I appreciate that you're choosing to be with me right now. And I think what I'll do is see if you want to come with me to the round pen and carry on this little dialogue. Yeah. So I'll just, well, maybe I won't pause. I'll see what happens. I'm going to walk away, and I'm not driving at all. I am soaking right now, and I'm going to see if there's any draw. And again, breathing deep. Yeah, she's coming. And like the wind is such a metaphor for how it is here today, just so full of goodness. And I can deal with a lot of suffering right now. I can deal with a lot of sorrow. I can deal with pain. I can deal with even quite a bit of fear. But it's the happiness that I really struggle with, and I wonder how many of you guys can relate to that. Okay, so yeah, Tundra is allowing me to halter her, actually very, very willing now. But it's been like, maybe 40 minutes that I've been trying to really handle my own stuff. And I think this is what I really did want to show you guys, is that with a balance, what I'm expecting, and maybe we'll just go for a little walk. I've got a whole bunch of stuff set up because I had big plans, because I have a lot of drive. But what I can do with a balance is I can slow down, and instead of being very directive, I can just let my energy kind of stop sloshing a bit, let it settle, because it's just, I'm so happy. And then I can move away from Tundra and do a little draw and just check whether we're actually consensually collaborative here. So, you know, you could just have a behavioral story going on here, or you could have this story of the energy and be really mindful of what your own experience is right now, and how people, this is all about people too, right? Like, people next to you pick up on this, and we pick up on it, but we don't often put words to it. And so we don't acknowledge the effect. And so then we don't really have a story as to why we're so tired, or so dysregulated, or so discombobulated in the presence of somebody else who might be leaking out a lot of big feelings without saying anything. And so I really do want to get better balance. I want to practice, with Tundra's help, not just always going to my drive energy, which is so comfortable for me, which is so much of a, I think, an escape. I'm good at it. It's easy. it feels like we're going somewhere. It feels productive. But on the other hand, I'm missing the other two. So this soaking here, and I'm letting Tundra just eat as a way of her managing the feelings between the two of us, and not having to like jitter them out. I'm talking them out, and I think this story gives us more things to do together that help me and also help her practice for when we're doing riding adventures together, and I have big feelings about what we're doing, because I have very big feelings about riding, and so giving her this chance to co-regulate with me, and for me to practice self-regulating so that she doesn't have to co-regulate quite so aggressively, is probably a good use of a lesson. I think I better stop there because that's a long video, but I'm really glad you guys could come along for this one.